As the scent of Melton Mowbray pork pies and Eccles cakes wafts from Downing Street's reception hall, one might be forgiven for thinking that England is having a moment of national rebirth. I much prefer a game pie, frankly, myself. But Sir Keir Starmer, our freshly patriotic Prime Minister, has wrapped himself in the flag of St George, flanked by Ross Kemp, Rob Beckett, and Bakewell tarts. But let's be absolutely clear, no amount of English sparkling wine can disguise financial incompetence, nor can patriotism serve as a plaster for a cracked economic edifice. This week's, or today's, St George Day festivities were, on the surface, a celebration of English heritage, cricket, Shakespeare, the Lake District, Elgar, happy birthday Shakespeare, but underneath the bunting there lies a rather desperate strategy, nationalism as electoral adhesive. With Reform UK nipping at Labour's heels in the Red Wall, Starmer is reaching for cultural identity as a shield against political erosion. The speech he gave was heavy with symbolism, the aftermath of the Southport riots invoked as a parable of national unity, complete with metaphors of mops and brushes, a neat narrative. But this isn't the 2012 Olympics opening ceremony, it's the local elections of 2025, and voters are not so easily beguiled. Modern patriotism, Starmer tells us, is about service, sacrifice, and the community. But there's a difference between genuine love of country and performative, theatrical nationalism. You cannot claim to honour public service while maintaining a chancellor whose fiscal policies resemble the managerial equivalent of stuffing receipts into a shoebox and hoping the accountant doesn't notice. Rachel Reeves is, frankly, a liability. Borrowing figures are surging. £151.9 billion this year, nearly £21 billion higher than expected, with growth forecasts slashed by the IMF. Meanwhile, Reeves is gallivanting in Washington, praying that Donald Trump doesn't slap the UK with more punitive tariffs. A true patriot would clean house, starting with the person writing Britain's economic death warrant in number 11. And here comes the twist of the blade. Nigel Farage, Reform UK, armed with little more than cynicism and a Union Jack, is overtaking both Labour and the Tories in some polls. Starmer's response? To accuse Farage of fawning over Putin. Perhaps fair, but politically clumsy. The problem is not that Farage has co-opted patriotism, it's that Starmer abandoned the emotional terrain of England years ago and is now awkwardly trying to reclaim it through buffet tables and TV personalities. And the English working class, particularly in the post-industrial north, is not interested in symbolic flag-waving. They want competent governance. They want secure jobs and leaders who don't view national pride as a seasonal affectation. There's also the matter of the veterans. Hundreds of Special Forces veterans, many now elderly, are writing to MPs fearing unjust persecution for historic actions during the Troubles. If patriotism means anything, surely it includes loyalty to those who risked their lives in the name of the state. Starmer's silence on this matter as well speaks volumes. A red and white flag won't camouflage a moral failure to support those once sent to fight under it. So here we are, wrapped in the flag. Keir Starmer hopes to sell us a vision of modern England. But patriotism is not nostalgia repackaged as policy. It's not a PR stunt. It's not a backdrop for photo ops with Ross Kemp, and it certainly isn't an excuse for fiscal recklessness and political cowardice. If Starmer genuinely wants to be seen as a patriot, he must govern like one. And that means economic competence. That means confronting hard truths, not sugarcoating them in pastry. That means acknowledging when your chancellor is failing and acting accordingly. Ditch her. Otherwise, patriotism becomes a costume. And like all costumes, cosplay, it begins to wear thin, especially when the spotlight moves in.